Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Alright, looks like everything's working now. I was having some issues with my microphone, so once again, welcome to the stream. I am just finishing up some preparation here, and we should be ready to go in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. Alright, so stream is working, everything should be good. So today we'll be doing a flight from Frankfurt, which is the airport that is closest to me, to East Midlands, England, EGNX. And along the way, I'm hoping to show you stuff like solving some of the issues that you get when importing an ideal flight plan into FSTramp, and also into Pro-ATCX, and also then for FSTramp taking off and perhaps also approaching with M1, so mode 1 set to all manual, and M2 being used for flying the flight plan. So, first up, let's get into ideal flight here.
Restream chat row, ideal flight professional, row 1, column 3, ideal flight professional, airport EDDF, homepage, ideal flight.
Okay.
Context menu. Flight, icon, shelf, submit, new destination, return flight, depart ASAP, flight generator,
So,
browse air, flight generator.
Flight generator.
Text. Ideal flight professional, flight generator, aim, header, flight generator, EDDF, Airbus A320, flight plan, EDDF to EGNX, IFR. System time generator, start date and time, start flight this time, checkbox checked. Flight date, 10/13/2019, 10/.
Set up date and time, so today is the 13th, that is fine.
Start time, 10:44:39 p.m.
We definitely want another different time though. It is 5 minutes past 3 over here, so let's say 3:30 p.m.
Set time and date to that. Start time, 3:30:00 p.m.
That's fine.
Set time and plan type. Combo box IFR. Explore new flight plan builder. Com route width. Button. Restriction. Checkbox not checked. Altitude of airspeed limit. Low altitude airspeed. Taxi speed limit. Speed restriction. Runway start. Parking. Combo box. Payday 17. Paid medium. DLH. Collapsed.
that is fine. This will be a Lufthansa flight, so the fact that this gate is specifically for Lufthansa apparently because of the DLH prefix.
Preparation minutes,
Actually,
parking. Combo box gate A17, gate medium, DLH collapsed.
Yeah, because of that DLH text that's showing up here. That's fine.
Preparation minutes, edit payload quantity, cargo weight, random taxi fuel minutes, holding pattern fuel minutes, reserve fuel distribute fuel load, manage default warm cockpit, checkbox not check, hold airport subsets, load air, install subset, explore airport filters, flight duration set, search for airport, clear search airports, destination airport, edit, selected EGNX, East Midlands, Nottingham, United Kingdom.
Yep, there it is. It's already in here because I did some testing before going on the live stream. So I am going to hit Alt B.
Ideal flight, build flight, the prepared flight will be deleted, cancel, but okay, but no plus O, rest.
To have the flight generated.
Ideal flight professional pane, header, flight generator.
Alright, here we go. So now let us look at the briefing.
Context net homepage, okay, unavailable submenu sub full briefing. Desktop window, unknown, Mozilla Firefox, ideal flight briefing, ideal flight plan, heading level 1 link flight plan, departure, Frankfurt, Main, Germany. Destination, East Midlands, Nottingham, United Kingdom. Plan, aircraft, Airbus A320, Lufthansa.
Yeah, we'll be flying an Airbus A320
Cruise altitude plan,
today.
pilot Robin Kip, payload plan, start time, subflight to expect plan, fuel required, 20 maximum weight, plan. If weather disabled, weather theme, act plan, route EDDF, SpyCop, DVR, big EGNX.
And, excuse me for 1 second here. Alright, sorry about that. Just received a phone call that I needed to take real quick. So anyways, we're still in our flight briefing.
Waypoint region name heading T, M colon S, total N, M, Alt, FT, min route.
And here's the section where it lists all the waypoints. And now that's important to look at, especially since we're about to import this flight plan into Pro-ATC. Sometimes what I've found happens is that Pro-ATCX will insert waypoints into the flight plan that are not actually part of the ideal flight generated flight plan. And that's an issue because later on in the sim, when the ideal flight plan is then loaded into FSTramp, FSTramp will of course use that, whereas Pro-ATCX will use its flight plan. And if the two are not consistent, that can cause some trouble. So let's open up Pro-ATC.
Pro-ATC. Pro-ATC/X 1.9.2.
There it is.
Context menu. Flight stop. Save load. New flight. Edit flight link. Delete selected. Import flight link. Copy and paste from file.
Import the flight
Open dialog.
plan.
File name. Items view list. Ideal flight not selected. Pro-ATC/X select airport. Edit plan.
That sometimes comes up. It's okay to just press escape here to dismiss that select airport.
Pro-ATC/X flight link. Combo box terminal collapsed.
Okay, so
none. Edit selected. Combo box on edit plan. Combo box edit. Select. Combo box terminal collapsed. None. Edit selected 1. Combo box auto collapse. Edit selected edit plan. Select. Preferral/2019/1509. Actual date/time. Combo box FL 350 collapsed.
Let's look at our cruise real quick and in the briefing to make sure that that's consistent with Pro-ATCX.
Mozilla Firefox row 1, Mozilla Fire plan, root EDDF spot plan, waypoint plan, root plan, weather theme, active weather disabled, plan, weight, coast, maximum fuel required, plan, expected flight distance, start times, plan, payload, 6 pilot, Robin, plan, cruise altitude, 27,500 ft, cruise air.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be cruising at 27,500 feet, and for whatever reason, Pro-ATCX set our cruise to 35,000. So we don't want that.
Pro-ATC/X01, Pro-ATC, FL300, FL300, FL290.
And you can't
FL280.
select something like 27,500 in Pro-ATCX, so I'll just go with flight level 280. It should be fine.
Unknown. Current weather, current multi-line list, app icon, EDDF.
Okay, now here's the list in Pro-ATCX with all the waypoints. And what we want to do is we want to compare them one by one, and this is annoying, especially with long flights that have lots of waypoints. We want to compare each one of these with the ideal flight briefing to make sure that they all match.
Mozilla Firefox row 1, Mozilla Firefox plan, pilot, Robin kit, payload, plan, start time, flight distance, expected plan, fuel required, maximum weight, plan, if weather disabled, weather plan, route EDDF plan, waypoint region name plan, airport at EDDF 271.84.
That's of course our first waypoint, the airport.
Intersection at route 280.8134.
And now, so our next waypoint should be called Rudis. So now it's just a matter of going back and forth and comparing them one by one. So let me just go and do that real quick.
Pro-ATC spin icon, Rudis airway, Y8, Mozilla intersection at Ubidu 308.73. Pro-8 spin icon, Ubidu airway, L6, Mozilla intersection at Amasi 280. Pro spin icon, Amasi airway, L6, Mozilla intersection at Matic 280.0. Pro spin icon, Matic airway, L, Mozilla intersection at Felix 207. Pro-ATC spin icon, Felix airway, L6, Mozilla Firefox 113.10 M Spy 286. Pro-APOR icon, Spy airway, L, Mozilla intersection at Rema 285. Pro spin icon, Rema airway, L6, Mozilla intersection at Pupil 286. Pro spin icon, Pupil airway, L, Mozilla intersection at Pupil 208, intersection at 4285. Pro-8 icon 40 airway L6, Mozilla 114.50 Epcot 270. Pro-8 PR icon Cock airway L, Mozilla intersection EG Conan 270. Pro-8 icon Conan airway L9, Mozilla 114.95 EG DVR 280. Pro-8 PR icon DVR airway L9. Mozilla intersection EG Umtum 281.6. Pro-8 icon Umtum airway L9. Mozilla intersection EG MPIT 281. Pro-8 icon MPIT airway L9. Mozilla intersection EG Lavry 280. Pro-8 icon Lavry airway L, Mozilla intersection EG Lavry 200, intersection EG Diku 280, Pro-8 icon Diku airway L, Mozilla 115.10 EG Big 320, Pro-8 VR icon Big airway T, Mozilla intersection EG LTIP 320, Pro-8 icon LTIP airway T4, Mozilla intersection EG ML 320, Pro-8 icon ML airway T, Mozilla intersection EG Use it 300, Pro-8 icon Use it airway, Mozilla intersection EG Only 300, Pro-8 icon Only airway, Mozilla intersection EG Welland 300, Pro-8 icon Welland airway, Mozilla intersection EG Akuba 300, Pro-8 icon Akuba airway, Mozilla intersection EG Timbo 300, Pro-8 icon Timbo airway, Mozilla intersection EG Elbows 350, Pro-8 icon Elbows airway, Mozilla airport EG EGNX 124 306 3000, Pro-8 app icon EGNX, not selected.
Okay, so all good. Waypoints in the ideal flight briefing and Pro-ATC are the same, so no need to make any changes. And we can
recalculate route gate options, save.
Save.
Pro-ATC/X1.9.2.5.
And we're ready to bring up the sim.
Mozilla Firefox row 1 ideal flight professional row 1 column ideal flight professional context homepage. Ideal flight professional homepage. Please wait. Airport EDDF homepage. Context flight. Ideal flight. Starting flight simulator. Frankfurt. Secure desktop. Taskbar. Lockheed Martin registered. Prepare 3D registered V4. Submenu dialog window. Lockheed Martin registered. Prepare 3D registered V4.
Okay. Yep, everything's ready to go. So let's
ideal flight professional Pro-ATC/X Pro-ATC.
also get Pro-ATC
Context
ready.
menu. Fly now.
Fly now.
Pro-ATC/X1.9.2.5. Date time icon depth. Departure gate depth icon. Lockheed Martin registered.
Echo, Delta, Foxtrot, airport information, Foxtrot, 1220, Zulu, weather, wind, 177, at 6, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3.
just happened?
Echo, Delta, Delta, Foxtrot, airport information, Golf 1220, Zulu, weather, wind 177, at 6, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3,500, temperature 24, 2.15, QNH 1012, advise on initial contact, you have information, Golf.
Completed, charge, verified, fuel, calculated and ordered.
Echo, Delta, Delta, Foxtrot, airport information, Golf 1220, Zulu, weather, wind 177, at 6, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3,000.
Okay, so that's our cockpit preparation checklist out of the way. So now, I want to track this with Fly Virtual as well.
Pro-ATCX ideal flights Mozilla Firefox Pro Ops 24.0 Restream Chat Row 2 Smart Cars Row 2 column full Smart Cars Departure Airport List Fox 108. Refresh button, delete button, create button, new button, fly button, rest. Departure Airport List Boeing 777-200 LR D77L button.
No, that's not the one that we'll be flying
Button.
with.
Edit selected 109. Edit multi-line. Edit blank.
28,000.
Edit multi-line. Blank combo box Boeing 777-200 LR 300 600 with Aero Commander all Augusta Westland Osix Augusta Westland Airbus 310 300 Airbus A220 Airbus A200 Airbus A300 Airbus A300 Airbus A320 320.
All right.
Combo box flying offline. Collect back button. Start button. Departure Airport List.
That's smart cars out of the way.
Lockheed Martin registered. Lock.
So now let's get our clearance and see what they give us.
Clearance delivery, Lufthansa 3218 with the information request clearance.
Lufthansa 3218, clearance runway 18 in use, cleared to Echo Golf, November, X-ray, via vectors 2 then as filed, climb and maintain, flight level 60, expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency will be 120.15, squawk 5401, QNH 1012.
Clear to Echo Golf November X-ray via vectors climb and maintain flight level 60, flight level 280 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.15, squawk 5401, QNH 1012, Lufthansa 3218.
Lufthansa 3218, read back correct, contact ground 121.8.
Roger 121.8, Lufthansa 3218.
Okay, so this clearance is somewhat interesting. Because it looks like we won't actually be flying an actual SID when taking off. Instead, ATC will be vectoring us after takeoff and then at some point clear us to proceed to our first waypoint. And I think that is what just happened here, and I'm just going to verify this in a second here with Pro-ATC's flight plan information window. So this is a case where taking off and having FSTramp set to set up in manual mode is really important, because if we were to take off and then turn towards our first waypoint, ATC would not be happy with that, and they would probably tell us to essentially do a 180-degree turn and then start vectoring us around, of course that's not proper flying, so we wouldn't want to do that. So let me go and check what they're giving us for and what Pro-ATCX is giving us in terms of flight plan information.
Recognizing. Result document previous. 7 departure Y18.
Yeah, so departure, we just have runway 18, so no other SID info, nothing, no vectors that are in here, just the runway. So that makes it pretty interesting, and what I do usually, because we're gonna have to add this info to FSTramp in a second, I write all this down on my secondary machine so that it'll be easier for me to look up that info as I'm adding it to Tramp.
ATCX approach at ILS 27 for Y27 ILS FRQ 109.35.
Okay, and our approach will be ILS 27, runway 27. So let me just write that down as well.
Fly 150 grades. LRPRK alt. Buzz.
And that's all the info that we have thus takeoff as well as departure.
Ideal
So,
flight.dln FSTramp map 1.
FSTramp,
Top ideal flight. Recognizing. Result document.
I need to use OCR and FSTramp because otherwise I wouldn't be able to activate stuff with NVDA.
Avio plan tools.
So,
Context menu open.
and
Save at clear C. Toggle window aircraft. Cruising altitude / speed.
we
D.
got cruising altitude.
Ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog. Property page flight plan. Indicated air altitude. Embedded red only 27,500.
Yeah, we'll want to set that to 28,000 to be consistent with
27,005.
the
Selection removed.
setting in
Zero, zero, zero.
Pro-ATCX.
Indicated airspeed. Altitude. Embedded red only 28,000. Indicated air. Mach number. Edit. Times button.
Ah.
Preview level. Property page flight plan. Mach number. Edit red. Times button. Property page remaining 1/2 button. List EDDF Alt FT 364. Time 10. Preview Frankfurt / main expanded 101 level 0.
So let's go and add our runway.
Preview Frankfurt level 1 RWY07 RWY18 101 level RWY08 R101.
Okay,
Top ID.
so now I also need to use OCR to select runway 18.
Recognizing. Result document.
Otherwise, if I were to just bring up the context menu, it wouldn't show me the right
83
options.
FT 001.00327.0.
FSTramp weirdness that I'm
ADF.
experiencing. on the
Flight auto
machine.
720 2 log 5 plan Ra S 10 of Raya Mas route Y8 L6 L6 11 Edry Alt F3 1 31 82 go leg N6 15 for me fuel at 555 3 point slow Frankfurt / main RWY OSR RWY18 RWY18 101 level 1.
There it is.
Context menu use and flight plan new.
Use and flight plan.
Ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining preview level 2 RWY18. Smart cars. Lockheed Martin.
And now,
Ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining preview R level 0 Frankfurt. Property page remaining property page. Route Y806 Alt FT total.
go to
EGNX route D greater course.
EGNX.
Preview East Midlands expanded 101 level.
And
Preview East Midlands level 1 size 09 collapse 101.
find the, what was it, ILS 27? Yep, ILS 27.
Size 27 collapse 101 expanded.
So it should
Level
be-
2 IL 27 101.
Yep, that's this one here. Let's review the approach info.
Top ideal flight plan
real
cool.
quick.
Find. APRS bullet APPR IL 27. 1/2 remaining. Egypt star RSRW is. Avio descend to 2000 FT or above and cross size 27. AC7 ID route size 09 descend to 2000 FT and reach 527 with final course 269. 208 rock. Tim OT 380 feet descend to 336 FT and reach RW 27 with final course 269.
Okay, pretty standard approach.
Context menu sorting by ET associated with flight planner.
Associate.
Ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining preview level 3 IL 27. Smart. Block.
Now, let's get started on pushback approval.
Ground Lufthansa 3218, request startup and pushback. Lufthansa 3218, startup and pushback approved. Roger, Lufthansa 3218.
Okay, sweet. Let's now do our startup checklist.
Start checklist to follow.
Start checklist to follow. Position lights.
On.
Strobe lights.
On.
APU.
On.
APU bleeds.
On.
APU generators.
On.
Mode selector.
As required.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Checklist complete.
Alright, our engines are starting up. Let's also launch flight following then to get some location updates along the way.
File Explorer with preview quick level 1 desk downloads. Items view list last month. Preview level 2 down. L. See user Robin down. Flight following window. See user Robin. Flight follow. Lockheed Martin.
Closest city, Kelstervik Hesse. 3.2 kilometers. Bearing, 299. Central European Time.
And of course, it sounds interesting when you're flying in a non-English speaking country, and so the cities, of course, are, not named in, do not have English names, and so flight following using its English, the English Windows default speech will, of course, mess up the pronunciations, but it's fine. It just sounds funny when you actually know what they're supposed to sound like. So our engines are started. Let's now get taxi clearance. No, actually, let's first do our after start checklist.
After start checklist, please.
After start checklist to follow. Fuel pumps.
Checked.
Engine generators.
Checked.
Engine bleeds.
Check.
Anti-ice.
As required.
Air conditioning panel.
On as required.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Engine instruments.
Check for consistency.
Checklist complete.
Alright, now let's get taxi clearance.
Ground Lufthansa 3218, request taxi. Lufthansa 3218, taxi via Golf November to runway 18. Via Golf November to runway 18, Lufthansa 3218.
Now here's something that I do. It's not really required, but I just do it anyways. I'll do the taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist, please.
Taxi checklist to follow. Taxi lights.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
Check.
Passenger signs.
On.
Engine instruments.
Check for consistency.
Parking brake.
Release.
Checklist complete.
Okay, and now I'll go and spawn to the runway.
Ideal flight.dln FSTramp.
That's not really something that you need to do when spawning. You know, you don't really have to do the before taxi checklist.
Property page remaining, property page remaining,
Prior to
list
that,
EGNX route
it's just something that I do for fun, I guess.
EDDF route RAT, all FT for context menu, lamp, fly to skip to US. Lockheed Martin register, R3D register, V4, submenu dialog window. Lockheed Martin register, R3D register, ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining,
Lufthansa 3218, contact tower on 119er is for 9er. 119er, decimal 9er, Lufthansa 3218.
Alright,
Lockheed Martin register.
so we're almost ready. Let's do our before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist to follow. Transponder.
Set.
Trim.
555.
Check for correctness.
Flaps.
Flaps tam.
Speed brake.
Retract.
Closest
VOR and
Kelsey
ADF
Hesse.
pointers.
3.2
departure.
kilometers.
Engine instruments.
Bearing
Check.
4.
Strobe lights.
On.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Anti-ice.
Checked.
Checklist complete.
Alright, so now let's just go and get our takeoff clearance.
Tower Lufthansa 3218, holding short of runway 18, ready for departure.
Lufthansa 3218, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Lufthansa 3218.
That's strange. Why are they telling us to continue taxi? Let me respawn
Ideal flight.dln
to the
FSTramp.
runway. Maybe
Dialog remaining,
something
property page
happened
remaining,
and
Hi
they
there.
moved. Hey,
EDDF route RAT.
thanks for checking in and watching the stream. I don't know who this is right now because I'm just using the restream chat thing here. I'll need to go and check my phone. But yeah, welcome to the stream.
Context menu, lamp, fly to skip to US. Lockheed Martin register, R3D register, V4, submenu dialog window. Lockheed Martin register, R3D register, V4. Ideal flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining, property page remaining, list EDDF route.
Okay, should be back where we're supposed to be.
Declan.
Oh, hey Declan, how's it going? Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I'm about to head your way, East Midlands. So yeah, just had a weird issue here with my takeoff clearance, but hopefully it should be okay now. We'll just assume that we're cleared for takeoff, even though they told us to continue taxi for whatever reason, and go ahead with the takeoff checklist.
Taxi checklist, please.
Oh, no.
Taxi checklist to follow. Taxi lights. Takeoff checklist to follow. Takeoff clearance. Takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Landing lights.
On.
Taxi lights.
Off.
Heading bug.
Aligned with runway.
Parking brake.
Release.
Checklist complete.
All right. Now I'm just also bringing our flaps back out because when we just spawned, they went back up to 0 position, so I'm just fixing that as well.
Closest
okay,
city,
so
Kelsturban, Hesse.
it's time
3.1 kilometers.
to get
Bearing
tramp ready.
Dialog remaining property page remaining.
So I'm now set, set up with mode 1, which is now manual mode, and I'm going to hit Control F11. All right, for the autopilot.
Preview level 1 RWY1811.
And let's see. We should now have
Property page 177. NAV2 frequency as read only 100. ADF frequency as flight plan M2 checkbox checked.
Oh wow, okay, no, why did it switch to M2?
M button. Flight plan M1 checkbox checked.
Okay, yeah, that's what we want.
M button. Autopilot checkbox checked.
So, flight plan M1, which is actually manual now, is checked. Autopilot is also checked.
Heading as read only 177.
Heading is 177, so this should correspond to our current heading.
Top ideal 1 lamp roof RW list.
Just
1 lamp roof says
verify
IDS. AVO. AZ7 ID roof RW 176 degree.
Yeah, so our actual heading is 176, but that's fine. Now,
HDG checkbox not checked.
that checkbox, we'll actually want to check that.
Cool flight. Interested to see Tramp in manual mode.
Yeah, Declan, I'm also very interested to see what's going to happen as well, because I just tested doing this this way for the very first time yesterday, and I got it to work after some trial and error. I'm just hoping that today will be, a similar experience. We'll see what happens, I guess. So we have our heading set up.
Altitude read only 28,000.
Now, heading, ATC told us to climb to 6,000, so
28,000 selected.
we'll change that.
Selection removed.
Oh, and why are we moving? Okay.
All checkbox not checked.
Just put on the parking brake again.
Altitude read only. All checkbox not checked.
So,
Altitude read
altitude,
only. All checkbox not checked.
we actually also want that checked, so that FSTramp will actually handle that.
Vertical speed as read only 0500.
Vertical speed is now set to 500. I went ahead yesterday and changed it to 1,000 just to make sure. So I'm gonna go and do this here as well.
05 select. 00 airspeed as read only 250.
So airspeed is at 250, which is good.
ES checkbox not checked.
But the thing is, we don't want to check the airspeed or IAS checkbox just yet, because if we were to do that, then FSTramp would start applying thrust.
Closest city,
And
Kelsturban, Hesse. 4.8
I tried doing that
kilometers.
yesterday instead
Bearing
of just
2.
pressing F4, to apply takeoff thrust. It didn't work out. So what I'll be doing instead is leave it unchecked for now, but then check it as soon as we get off the ground. And that's actually what we're about to do just now.
Sleep mode on.
So I just also
Sleep mode
gave
on.
it some trim. And now it's time to hit F4 and either everything will go perfectly fine or we will be getting a spectacular crash. I don't think that there will be anything in between, to be honest. So, let's see. Here we go.
Top ideal 1. Land
Also
R1
check.
SID AZ ID R178 degree.
Our altitude,
ED 380 RWY07R. ED
constantly
380
here, 380.
ED 380 RWY07R. ED 380 RWY07R. EDDFR 18 380 RWY0 ED 380 RWY07R.
80 knots.
380 RWY07 ED 380 RWY07R. ED 380 RWY0
Lufthansa 3218.
Rotate.
Abort takeoff. I repeat.
B2.
Abort takeoff.
Boarding takeoff. Lufthansa 318.
EDD 370 feet altitude.
Lufthansa 3218, abort takeoff. I repeat, abort
Okay,
takeoff.
that didn't work out.
Boarding takeoff.
Well,
Lufthansa 3218.
okay.
Lufthansa 3218, abort takeoff. I
Let's
repeat,
try again.
abort takeoff.
Boarding takeoff. Lufthansa 3218.
Submenu dialog. New scenario button. Flight analysis. Reset scenario button.
What I'll do is I'll reset the scenario.
Lockheed Martin registered 3R3D registered V4. Submenu dialog window.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. But that's okay, you know, that's why we're experimenting with stuff. You know, because yeah, I mean, this is just and yeah, you know this too well because you've been doing this for much longer than I have. You know, things will keep going wrong for you know time and again, and then at some point everything will just come together and you know it'll be fine. But yeah, this is definitely still the you know this is definitely still early days for the M1 manual stuff.
See user Robin Thomas Smart Cars 01 column 3.
And so this sort of stuff is
Track the progress. Edit multi event description.
expected,
With console cancel button.
unfortunately.
Press notification
So
notification yes button. Red notification cancel
just
button.
reset stuff real quick.
Pilot center button. Map chat button.
Closest
Settings
city,
button. Departure airport
Kelso,
refresh
Hesse.
button. Departure airport box 1
3.2 kilometers.
Create button. New button.
Bearing
Fly button.
299.
777 200 LR button. Edit selected. Edit multi-line. Edit blank.
What was it? 28,000. Yeah.
Edit multi-line. The combo box Boeing 777 200 LR. Vista Illusion IL 96 4 Illusion IL 76 306 Aero Commander all with Airbus A220 Airbus A306 Airbus A300 Airbus A300 Airbus A300 Airbus A320 a 3 combo box flight back button. Start button. Departure airport. Lockheed Martin Red Sea. Users Robin Pro ATC/X01 column 4. Pro ATC/X1.9 point. Context. Fly not stop current flight.
And
Pro
also, we
ATC/X1.
also have to do Pro-ATCX over
Context menu.
again.
Fly now.
Either an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. If seated next to an emergency exit, please reach
Pay unknown. Pro ATC/X1.9 point. Smart cars. Lockheed Martin Red. Lockheed Martin.
Okay.
Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot Airport information
Cockpit
Juliet
preparation
1320 Zulu weather
Complete
wind
preparation checklist to follow.
177 at
Exterior
10
inspection.
visibility
Completed.
10,000 sky
On
condition
APU,
few clouds at
running.
4,000
APU
temperature
bleed.
2
On
4
APU
2.14
generators.
QNH
On fuel pumps.
1012
Weather
advise on
briefing.
initial contact
Completed.
that you have
Charge.
information Juliet
Verified. Fuel calculated and ordered. Parking brake set. Thrust
Echo
levers.
Delta
Idle.
Delta Foxtrot
Flaps.
Airport
All
information
up.
Juliet
Speed brake.
1320
Retract.
Zulu
Passenger
weather
signs.
wind
Off.
177 at 10 visibility
Checklist complete.
10,000 sky.
Okay.
Clearance delivery Lufthansa 3218 with the information request clearance.
It's all about
Lufthansa
figuring it out as you go.
3218,
Crashes are
Roger,
all part of the
runway
fun.
18,
Smiley
climb and
face.
maintain. Flight level 50, expect flight level 280 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.15, squawk 3400, QNH 1012.
Clear to Echo Golf November X-ray by vectors climb and maintain flight level 50, flight level 280 within 10 minutes after departure on 1.15 squawk 3400 QNH 1012 Lufthansa 3218.
Lufthansa 3218, read back correct, contact ground control on 120.8.
Roger 121.8 Lufthansa 3218.
Alright, so it looks like everything is still the same except they've changed our initial altitude to climb to. That's fine. Let me just go and verify this real quick. The flight plan
Result document.
info.
Flight plan information previous. 7 departure. Y18. 8X approach at Bills 27. Y27. Bills FRQ 109.35.
Okay, so yeah, everything is still the same as before. So luckily we still have our flight plan in FSTramp with the departure runway and the approach vectors set up.
Alt. LVLCO. Buzz.
Let me just
Lockheed
go
Martin
and verify that as well, because
Ideal flight
that should
.cl
never
FSTramp.
reset.
Dialog remaining property page remaining property page remaining list EDDF route R18 Alt FT 306
Yeah.
Closest city, Kelso,
Route
Hesse. 3.2
EDDF
kilometers.
route R18 Alt
Bearing
FT 300
This time I'll just
flight
299.
to your skip to your rest.
Spawn there right away.
Lockheed Martin register 3R3D register V4 submenu dialog window. flight.dln FSTramp. Dialog remaining, property page remaining, list EDDF group.
Okay.
Lockheed Martin.
Let me,
Ground Lufthansa 3218. Request startup and pushback. Lufthansa 3218. Startup and pushback approved. Roger, Lufthansa 3218. Start checklist to follow.
Start checklist to follow. Position lights.
On.
Strobe lights.
On.
APU.
On.
APU bleeds.
On.
APU generators.
On.
Mode selector.
As required.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Checklist complete.
okay. Well, we're waiting for our engines to come on. Let's just go ahead and get rid of the, take care of the taxi clearance stuff.
Ground Lufthansa 3218. Request taxi. Lufthansa 3218. Taxi via November to runway 18. Via November to runway 18. Lufthansa 3218. Lufthansa 3218. Contact tower on 119er decimal 9er. 119er decimal 9er. Lufthansa 3218.
Okay.
Taxi checklist, please.
Oh,
Taxi checklist to follow. Taxi lights.
let's not do the after start checklist.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
Check.
Passenger signs.
On.
Engine instruments.
Check for consistency.
Parking brake.
Release.
Checklist complete.
Taxi checklist, please.
Oh,
Taxi checklist to follow. Taxi lights.
let's not do that again.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist to follow. Transponder.
Set.
Trim.
Check for correctness.
Flaps.
Flaps TAM.
Speed brake.
Retract.
VOR and ADF pointers.
Set for departure.
Engine instruments.
Check.
Strobe lights.
On.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Anti-ice.
Checked.
Checklist complete.
Okay.
Tower Lufthansa 3218. Holding short of runway 18. Ready for departure.
Lufthansa 3218. Line up runway 18.
Lining up to runway 18. Lufthansa 3218.
Oh, now we got a proper takeoff clearance. Okay.
Taxi checklist, please.
No.
Taxi checklist to follow. Taxi lights. Takeoff checklist to follow. Takeoff clearance.
666.
Takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Landing lights.
On.
Taxi lights.
Off.
Heading bug.
Aligned with runway.
Parking brake.
Release.
Checklist complete.
So now,
Ideal flight.dln
back
FSTramp.
in tramp.
Dialog remaining, property page remaining, list EDDF.
First off, I'm going to make sure that M1 is actually selected this time.
Nav to frequency. ADF frequency.
Closest city, Kelsterberg, Hesse.
Yeah, this is
3.0
M1.
kilometers.
Okay, perfect. So,
Bearing 4.
control F11
M button.
to
Flight plan M1 checkbox checked.
enable that,
M button.
and also the...
Autopilot checkbox not checked.
it didn't enable the autopilot, that's strange. Okay,
Heading as red. Autopilot checkbox checked.
okay, that's now also checked.
Heading as red only 179.
Heading is correct.
HDG checkbox not checked.
Check that.
Altitude as red only 00000.
Altitude, we want 5,000 this time.
00. Selection removed. 0. All checkbox not checked. Vertical speed as red only 0000. Airspeed as red only. Vertical speed as red only 0000.
So this time,
Airspeed as
let's...
vertical speed as red only 0000.
Let's actually, because it sounded like, with the previous takeoff, it sounded like we were stalling. So let me actually set that to 500.
000. Selection removed. 0. Airspeed as red only 200. Vertical speed as red only 0500. Airspeed as red only 200.
Airspeed, for some reason it's telling it's set to 200 now. We want 250.
EF checkbox not checked.
And we don't want to check that yet.
Sleep mode off.
So,
Sleep mode off. EF checkbox not checked.
just some trim. And let's try this again and see if it works this time.
Top ideal flight plan to find RW list 1 average 17.3 NMSI radio AC height 177 degree. ED 380 RW Y07R. EDDF 380 RW Y07R. EDDF 380 RW
80 knots.
8 knots.
ED 380 RW Y07R. ED 380 RW Y07R. EDDF 390 RW.
Oh, no.
400 RW Y0. EDDF 410
B1, rotate. B2.
Now it's working.
Positive climb. Gear up. Gear up.
So, that's definitely something that, yeah, we need to keep working on. I'm not gonna go through the whole reset and redo process again. But I want to look at the vertical speed.
Checkbox checked. Lock number is red. Checkbox. Airspeed as red only 2. Vertical speed as red only 0500.
Yeah, it's still 500, but it's... I don't think this is working out correctly.
RW is 1 is 17.8 and FSID radio base ID are 179 degree.
Because we're sending
Departure Lufthansa 318, passing 900 for flight level 50.
Lufthansa 318, climb maintain flight level 130.
Climbing to flight level 130, Lufthansa 318.
I just want to see what...
Lufthansa 318, turn right heading 295, uniform Delta uniform Sierra.
Kilometers.
Right turn to heading 295, Romeo, uniform Delta uniform Sierra, Lufthansa
So now they've
318.
cleared us to our first waypoint. So...
Altitude red only 2. HDG checkbox. Heading as red only 2. Autopilot checkbox check. M button.
I'll switch to M2.
Autopilot checkbox check. Heading as red only 305. HDG checkbox check. Altitude as red only 28,000.
And they told us to climb to 13,000, so we make that adjustment.
All checkbox check. Vertical speed as red only 25.
Departure 1123
Yeah,
with you
and
at flight level 67.
Now that we're on M2, our vertical speed is also much higher. So, with this sort of stuff, it's really hard to tell what's actually going on. Like, did we actually install
with you
just
passing
install
1000 for
sound,
flight
you know,
level
did we-
50.
390, identified,
Did
climb
something
maintain flight level
other,
50.
yeah,
Climbing
did
to
something else
flight level
happen
50,
that
390.
caused us to crash and bounce, like we did. So, yeah, because the thing is, overall, this is working pretty well with ATC and manual mode of takeoff. Because I had tried this before, and if we had taken off with, you know, full auto, what would have happened is we would not have maintained that 279 heading after takeoff. FSTramp would have, you know, turned to the heading of our first waypoint. And ATC would not have liked that. They would have then told us to turn another direction.
Present altitude
And
1227.
this around for a lot longer before clearing us to that first waypoint. So with ATC, you know, this, you know, manual M1 does work a lot better.
Present altitude 4675.
Unfortunately, you know, we keep getting those weird behaviors with, you know, stalling and crashing on takeoff. In this case, the plane recovered itself, and we managed to, you know, to get
Departure Lufthansa 1160 with you passing flight
but of
level
course, that is
113
not
for flight level 60.
Lufthansa 1160,
This is definitely
identified,
what we
maintain flight level 60.
Descending to flight level
So,
60, Lufthansa
I guess we'll have
1160.
to keep playing with it, and, you know, get the vertical speed right, get the speed value right, get the everything else right, so it will actually behave correctly with manual mode. You know,
Closest city, Udenheim, Rhineland
you
Falls.
know, this is definitely something that
4.5
I'll keep working
kilometers.
on as well.
Bearing
Because I really want to get that
251.
right.
Ideal flight button cancel 5 RWS 1 Atlas 5.0 NM010 with EGNX 446.9 NM1 SIO ACID RWY 280 degree. ED 8770 RWY07R.
So we're just flying along here. This is working. Now this is working as expected. We'll see with the landing as well, because like
Lufthansa 1160, reduce speed 190.
Slowing down to 190, Lufthansa 1160.
But what's interesting, what will be interesting is also the land.
Probably defaults to the vertical speed in the aircraft dialog. I guess in full auto tramp heads to the first waypoint but ignores vectors from Pro-ATC.
Yeah. Wait, I actually have to go and check because I wasn't able to hear your entire message. Just bring this up on my phone as well. Oh, definitely. That's a really good point about M2 possibly defaulting to the vertical speed in the aircraft dialog. That's probably right. So this is definitely something that
It's Jesse.
Oh, hey Jesse.
Lufthansa 1160,
okay.
maintain present altitude.
Present altitude, yeah, this is probably right about M1 defaulting to actually M1 defaulting to the
Nice stream so far.
I wonder which of the modes will default to which vertical speed. This is definitely greatly
Climbing to flight level 100,
thanks so much for
Lufthansa 3218, contact Frankfurt 123.50.
123.50.
Unfortunately, we did crash a couple times.
Frankfurt,
Jesse,
Lufthansa 3218, passing flight level 150 for flight level 280.
Lufthansa 3218 identified. Continue own navigation.
That forced me to
Lufthansa 3218.
entirely reset the flight and start over.
Frankfurt Center, Speedbird 700 with you, flight level 350.
Speedbird 700 identified.
But then recovered itself. Yeah, this is just with taking off with FSTramp set to M1 manual. And yeah, it's something that I think we'll figure this out eventually. It is definitely something that takes a bit more patience and willingness to experiment than is the case with taking off in full auto mode. But it is a lot nicer to take off this way as far as ATC is concerned, because there is not as much vectoring going on to the first waypoint. Like, in terms of ATC stuff, this has probably been one of the smoothest takeoffs that I've had so far. And because, I mean, essentially what we did is we took off, we maintained runway heading, we kept on climbing for a while. Then at some point, we got contact with departure. And they then told us to turn towards our first waypoint. They cleared us to our first waypoint. So that was, like, in terms of ATC, I'm really happy with how this is going. And I'm a hopeless optimist. And I'm just very grateful
Frankfurt
that
Center, Nortrans 510, with you at flight level 350.
Nortrans 5120, roger.
But we're gonna get there. This is gonna be fun. I mean, it's already fun. This is gonna be good eventually. Let's see where we're at.
Top ideal defined. RW is 1 FF 48.7 NF 0758 EGNX 419.9 NF 10841 EGDF.
Yeah, so we have 419 miles left, a little over an hour to go.
SIDS, EDDF radio, AC1 CEL grid, cruise 1 RWY 0285 degree.
285 degrees, heading.
Even low 622,050 feet RWY 07R.
Yeah, we're at 22,050 feet, so almost at cruise. So, at least now everything is looking pretty good.
Closest city, Octendon Rhineland Falls. 9.7 kilometers. Bearing, 332.
Hey, by the way, I've never really been able to figure this out, but do any of you guys actually know what it means when FSTramp plays that ding sound? I really don't know what that's for, and I might want to ask, you know, WhatsApp group or BBI pilots list, because I'm kind of curious to know what it means, but yeah, it's, yeah, and it's not something that I always hear on all my flights, but sometimes. So if you know, any of you know what that actually is, definitely you know, let me know. I would love to find out what that's for.
Even though 627,790 VRWY07R. Even 27,550 VRWY07R. Even 27,580 VRW.
Okay, we're leveling out. We're pretty much cruising at this point.
28,010 VRWY07R.
Yeah, we're slightly above our cruising altitude.
Even low 28,010 VRWY07R. Even low 28,010 VRWY.
But only by 10 feet, so this should be fine.
Even 28,010 VRWY. Osio 6 test. Minus 50 feet slash in. Test of 28,010 VRWY0.
By the way, I just realized that I completely forgot to do our after takeoff checklist before. So, it doesn't really matter. It really makes no major difference, but
Frankfurt Center
it gets the
1942
lights
with
configured
flight level
properly, so
350.
let's just
142, roger.
definitely not.
Now the takeoff checklist, please.
After takeoff checklist to follow, landing gear,
Retract.
auto throttle,
Activated.
autopilot,
Activated.
trim,
Check.
flaps,
Flaps up.
auto brakes,
Off.
engine instruments,
Check for consistency.
landing lights,
Off.
passenger signs,
On as required.
air conditioning panel,
Check.
checklist complete.
Alright. A bit late for that, but oh well. Let's get some exterior reviews.
Closest city, Don Rhineland Falls. 17.3 kilometers.
Yeah, this is
Bearing, 201.
This is the SkySong Soundworks soundtrack for the A320. It sounds like the interior sounds are pretty good, I think, but the outside exterior sounds, yeah, they sound a little, yeah, they sound a little disappointing to me, but well. let me also turn off the progress bar beep sounds. Oh no! Uh-oh. That was unattended.
Sauces airspeed at red only 290. Vertical speed at red only. All checkbox checked.
It did
Altitude
not.
at red only 28,000. HDG checkbox checked. Heading at red only. Autopilot checkbox checked. M button. Flight man M2 checkbox checked.
I did not mean to turn off the autopilot like that. Don't try this at home. Don't
1942.
turn off your
Descend to
autopilot
flight
while
level
you're flying.
300.
Descending to flight level
I
300,
accidentally
1942.
hit insert Z instead of insert U. It looks like, it looks like Prepared got that Z keystroke. And, well, that's Flight Sim's keyboard shortcut for toggling the autopilot. But it's fine. We're at a safe altitude, so this wasn't too much of a problem. But yeah. Oh well.
Even speed progress bar update. No progress bar updates.
Okay. This time got it right.
Top ideal command tools. Lines RW1 F-Matic 3.4 NM0 o'clock 29 EGNX 374.6 NM0 5406 EDDF.
Yeah, we're well on our way to East Midlands. Yay!
Closest city, Woolwich, Wallonia. 7.5 kilometers. Bearing, 261.
Lufthansa 3218. Contact Brussels on 125.0. Bye-bye.
125.0. Lufthansa 3218. Brussels, Lufthansa 3218 at flight level 280.
Lufthansa 3218. Roger, continue on navigation.
Continue on, Lufthansa 3218.
So, here's something that I've mentioned previously in a couple places, including my first stream and also the WhatsApp chat. When I use smart cars to track my flight, I do have a subscription for Smart Cars Premium. And what that gives me is, a bunch of stuff. It lets me do things like, have it pause the sim under abnormal conditions. So if I'm stalling or if there's an overspeed situation, it'll automatically pause the sim, which is really useful when I'm not close to my computer. But the actual thing that I really like about it is that there is an app for iOS, and I think it also exists for Android, that lets you check certain, that lets you check your flight and all the most important values, parameters from your phone, and this is really useful. So I have it running here on my phone right now, and I'm gonna hold it close to the microphone and just show you how it works. So and what we get, all the values that we get. So we have remaining distance
302 nanometers.
302 nm. So this is being pronounced by the phone as nanometers. Of course, this means nautical miles actually in this case. And that's the direct distance. So that's the actual distance is a little bit longer.
Closest city, Smawalonia,
waypoints.
4.4 kilometers. Bearing 101.
Our altitude.
Vertical speed.
Vertical speed.
Minus 36 mpm. Fuel.
Fuel.
11,493 pounds.
11,000, almost 11,500 pounds still remaining. Our fuel tanks.
Airspeed. 290 kts.
Brussels, center 1942, wind passing flight level 250 for flight level 200.
1942, roger, descent to flight level 200.
Descend into flight level 200, 1942.
414 knots ground speed.
Brussels, center 3400, with you at flight level 310.
Northwest 3400, roger.
So that's like the stuff that we get, like remaining distance, altitude, heading, fuel, airspeed, ground speed, vertical speed, and it's updated pretty much in real time. So I find this especially useful because it lets me on final. It lets me constantly check my vertical speed. When the autopilot is off, so that I can manually adjust it if necessary, and make sure that I get a good descent rate most of the time. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it still goes wrong for me too. But I found the Smart Cars mobile app to be a pretty valuable companion in my situation. The premium subscription that you need, they do charge for it, but it's not very expensive. I'd have to check how much it costs exactly, but it's only a couple of bucks really that you need to pay for the premium subscription. And also I should probably add that the developers of Smart Card did not sponsor me in any way to say this and to convince people to sign up for premium. It's just something that I thought could potentially be useful, so I signed up for it, and it turns out to be really useful. Also, since I get to check my fuel in real time, and I can do it also in Ideal Flight with the fuel report, but I got this actually way before I started using Ideal Flight, so at the time it was the easiest option for me. You can also get it with FSX Pilot if you have that running, but that's not really needed. So this is really the most, this was when I got it, the easiest way for me to get to that info.
Closest city, Miller's Illegal in Wallonia.
I'm gonna go and
1.2 kilometers.
Drink,
Bearing 185.
Keep checking in every so often, to follow the progress of our flight. So I'll be back.
134 EGNX 305.1 NM04433 EGNX. Closest city, Chamanchis-Tuwalonia. 2.5 kilometers. Bearing, 182. RWS, 1 at 17.7 NM0 to 35 EGNX 280.6 NM04106 EDDF. Closest city, 90 Flanders. 2.7 kilometers. Bearing, 263. 1 at 48.0 NM00110 EGNX 270.8 NM03954 EGNX SIDS 4. Matic L607 video. AC19 CEL Red Helis L600 RWY0 279 Top ideal cancel. RW this. 1 at 46.5 NM0. Art1 Adcock 38.3 NM00539 EGNX 262.3 NM03844 EGDDF. Closest city, Croatia out of Flanders. 3.6 kilometers. Bearing, 183. Closest city, Port Flanders.
3.3 kilometers. Bearing, 97.
RWS1 AFCOG 6.0 NM0 153 EGNX 230.1 NM0 3415 EGDDF.
Closest city, Levering-Cookhouse-de-France. 8.5 kilometers. Bearing, 178. Currently over North Sea.
RWS 1 AFCOG 7.1 NM00105 EGNX 206.5 NM0 3145 EGDDF.
Closest city, Voitlage-Houtze, France. 19.9 kilometers. Bearing, 152. Currently over North Sea.
RW1 FDVR 19.3 NM00257 EGNX 194.4 NM02554 EGDF.
Lufthansa 3218, contact London on 128.47.
128.47, Lufthansa 3218. London, Lufthansa 3218, with you at flight level 280.
Lufthansa 3218, roger, continue on navigation.
Continue on, Lufthansa 3218.
R1 FDVR 7.0 NM00104 EGNX 182.2 NM02010 EGDF.
Closest city, Dover, England. 5.6 kilometers. Bearing, 225. United Kingdom time.
RW is 110.1 NM00132 EGNX 172.2 NM02612 EGDF.
London Center, Kuwait 101, requesting flight level 270 for flight level 220.
Kuwait 101, roger, descend to flight level 220.
Descending to flight level 220, Kuwait 101.
NM00147 EGNX 162.0 NM02437 EDDF. Closest city, Ashford, England. 10.1 kilometers. Bearing, 162. EGNX 149.1 NM02242 AG. RW 1 active 5.9 NM0 block 54 EGNX 141.1 NM0 2129 EGDF. Closest city, Kempsey, 4.6 kilometers. Bearing, 279.
1 altitude 23.8 nm 0 335 EGNX 125.2 nm 0 1851 EDDF.
Lufthansa 3218, descend to flight level 250.
Descend to flight level 250, Lufthansa 3218.
Alright, so we are now ready to start descending. And I'm going to check.
Checkbox checked. Negative red only 300. HDD checkbox. Altitude red only 28,000.
Yeah, okay, so
28,000
Tramp
selection.
did not set our newly assigned altitude automatically, so I just changed it here.
All checkbox checked. Vertical speed at red only minus 1800.
Okay, that all looks good now.
All checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 25,000.
So we're now descending, and I am very curious to see if, because we weren't given a star with our clearance, we just got the approach vectors from
Closest city,
ATC.
west end of London, England.
So
1.0 kilometers.
I'm
bearing
expecting
325.
that, at some point they will, ATC will start giving us vectors for different headings. You know, that they will start vectoring us to the first waypoint on our approach. And at that point,
Lufthansa 3218, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, Lufthansa 3218.
Okay. At that point, I will, if they start giving us directions, I will be switching over to M1 again, and hope that it doesn't break, I guess. Yeah.
Altitude at red only 16,000.
Okay, so now Tramp is once again applying the new altitude instructions from ATC automatically, so that's good.
Top ideal land 5 RW is 1 altitude 1.3 nm 0 block 09 EGNX 102.7 nm 0.
We have 102 miles left. Oh, and there was that ding sound again.
RW 1 level 10.0 nm 0 0117 EGNX 100.
Yeah. So we'll see how this landing goes, I guess.
RW is 1 half news 9 point.
I'm really not good with these checklists today. We do
Landing checklist, please.
Landing checklist to follow. Landing gear.
not that one.
Descent checklist to follow. Weather briefing. Check nav data.
Closest
Set for
city,
approach.
Altimeter. Set
4.3
nav radius.
kilometers.
Set
Bearing
anti-ice.
55.
On passenger signs. On fuel. Check for correctness. Flaps. All up. Landing gear. Retract. Checklist complete.
Alright.
London Center, Air Portugal 1553, good day. With you at flight level 350.
Air Portugal 1553, identified.
R1 uses 1.8 NM0 with 14 EGNX 83.4 NM0 1134 EGDF. RW is 1 only 11.4 NM0 0135 EGDF. RW is 1 only 9.7 NM0 0122 EGNX 78.3 NM0 1102 EGDF.
Lufthansa 3218, contact London on 118.82.
118.82, Lufthansa 318. London, Lufthansa 318, passing flight level 180 for flight level 160.
Lufthansa 3218, roger. Continue O navigation, descent to flight level 120.
Continue on, descend to flight level 120, Lufthansa 318.
RW is 1 only 1.8 NM0 with 15 EGNX 70.4 NM0 1018 EGDF. RW 1 well 8.4 NM0 0114 EGNX 68.6 NM0 1009 EGDF.
Closest city, Olney, England. 5.3 kilometers. Bearing, 109.
Lufthansa 3218, descent to 7000, QNH 1000.
Descend to 7000, QNH 1000, Lufthansa 318.
Lufthansa 3218, descent to 7000, QNH 1000. Expect vectors to ILS, approach runway 27.
Descend to 7000, QNH 1000, vectors for ILS, approach, runway 27, Lufthansa 318.
Alright, so it looks like our approach hasn't changed, which is good. Now, it's time for me to keep checking my altitude with the Smart Cars mobile app. We're now at 12,900 something, and when we get to around 12,000, let's say 12,500, something like that, I will manually set our speed to 250 knots. So this is actually right now.
Lufthansa 3218, descent 7000, contact approach log 134.17.
Descent 700134.17, Lufthansa 3218. Approach Lufthansa 3218, passing flight level 120 for 7000.
Lufthansa 3218, accept vectors to ILS, approach runway 27.
Vectors for ILS, approach runway 27, Lufthansa 3218.
So we're at 11,300, and we're still pretty fast. 292 knots. So I'm about to start bringing out some flaps to correct that. Yeah, we're at 10,400. So okay, let's set flaps 1. Slow us down a little bit.
Closest city, Market Harborough, England. 9.4 kilometers. Bearing, 65.
We're way too fast.
Lufthansa 3218, descend to 5000, QNH 999er.
Descend to 5000, QNH 999er, Lufthansa 3218.
Our speed is now at 254, this is alright. Yeah, it's decreasing now, and since we're now below 10,000, I'm gonna check the IAS checkbox to let Tramp handle our speed once again. And now, so we're still on our flight plan. We haven't reached our approach vectors just yet. Yeah, it'll be interesting because they said expect vectors to ILS approach. So I'm really curious to see if they will start telling us to turn to different directions, or if we'll just be cleared to the approach once we have crossed our last waypoint. We're now flying at a constant speed of 250, which is good. More or less, it's now showing 251. That's fine. And I'm mostly doing this for smart cars. I'm not going to file this flight probably because of that horrible takeoff. But I found that you know, if you're below 10,000 and your speed is up to like 256, that's when smart cars will you know, report the speed exceeded event, and that's just not such a good thing. So I try to avoid that.
RWList 1.8.0M00143 EGNX RWList 1.7.7M00141 EGNX 36 SIDS 151.1 UAVO AC 160C only the RWY 0324 degree Melody 5820 the RWY Melody 5770 VR.
Bring out some more flap here.
Melody 5400 the RWY. Checkbox checked. Airspeed and red only 250. Like 1600 FT/net. Alt 05023 degrees max HDG. Top ideal plan to fly RW1 Avilos 4.1 NM0 block 57 AGNX 32.4 NM00735 AGDF.
Closest city, Kirby McSlow, England. 2.8 kilometers.
SIDS
Bearing 130
AC 100 CLRWY 0325 degree. Melody 5010 BRWY 07R. Melody 5010 BRW. Desk 50/net.
Lufthansa 3218, turn right. Heading 080.
Right turn to heading 080, Lufthansa 3218.
Interesting.
All checkbox checked. Melted red HDG check. Heading at red only 026. Autopilot checkbox checked. M button.
Switch to M1.
Autopilot checkbox. Heading at red only 028.
Set a heading of 80.
HDD checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 05000.
Altitude is fine.
All checkbox checked. Vertical speed at red only 00. Airspeed at red only 245. ES checkbox checked. Airspeed at red only 245.
So, we're now in manual mode. And I hope that this will go according to plan.
Top ideal flight on 5. RW business 1 side 27. 9.0 NM0 153 EGNX 26.5 NM0 1 side 27. 8.7 NM0. ES checkbox checked. Airspeed at red only 245.
Sadly, looks like Tramp has lost control over speed. Or no, maybe it's normalizing itself now because the speed right now is all over the place.
Top ideal flight cancel RW business 1 side 27. 5.4 NM010 EGNX 22.9 NM0 orbit. RW 1 side 27. 4.9 NMs.
So with this heading that ATC provided us with, we're still heading towards our first approach.
Lufthansa 3218, turn right. Heading 105.
Right turn to heading 105, Lufthansa 3218.
All checkbox checked. Altitude at red only. HDD checked. Heading at red only 105.
Let's see what happens. I have no idea if we'll actually make it to East Midlands in this way, but I'm curious to see how this will go.
Top ideal flight cancel 5. RW business 1 side 27. 4.5 NM0.
6.4 kilometers. Bearing 234.
RW 1 side 27. 7.1 NM0.
Lufthansa 3218, turn left. Heading 320, descend to 2000.
Left turn to heading 320 to Charlie, India 27, descend to 2000. Clear ILS, approach, runway 27, Lufthansa 3218.
Okay,
Autopilot checkbox checked.
so we've been cleared.
Autopilot checkbox. Heading at red only 3. HDD checkbox. Altitude at all checkbox checked. Vertical speed. Airspeed at red only 200. Vertical speed. Altitude at red only. Heading at red only. Auto. M button. Autopilot checkbox. Heading at red only 303. HDD checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 02000. All checkbox checked. Vertical speed at red only 0000. Airspeed at red only 205. Vertical speed at red only 00. All checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 02000.
So,
all checkbox checked.
yes. I need to
Vertical speed at
manually
red
set
only
the vertical speed. No, it's 500.
000. Select. Airspeed at red only 205.
Flap. Yeah.
Lufthansa 3218, turn left. Heading 285.
Left turn to heading 285, Lufthansa 3218.
Vertical speed at red only. All checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 020. HDD checkbox checked. Heading at red only 255. Autopilot checkbox checked. M button. Flight man M2 checkbox checked. M button. Autopilot checkbox checked. Heading at red only 252. Top ideal flight defined. R11 at 527. 9.0 NM0 low to 1 at 527. 8.9 NM0 low to 20 AG.
2,500.
Bring up here.
G. HDD checkbox checked. Altitude at red only 02000. All checkbox checked. Vertical speed at red only minus 1800. Airspeed at red only 200.
Lufthansa 3218. Descend to 2000.
Descend to 2000. Cleared for final tower at the marker 124. Decimal 0. Lufthansa 318.
Airspeed at red only 2. EF checkbox. Airspeed at. All checkbox checked.
Closest city, keyword England.
Altitude at red only 0 to
7.8 kilometers. Bearing 312.
Altitude at red only. All checkbox checked. Vertical speed at red only 0000. Airspeed at red only 200. Top ideal flight command 5 RW business end 1 at 527. 5.3 NM0 low 135 EGNX 10.4 NM0 low 30.
Tower Lufthansa 3218 on final.
Lufthansa 3218. Reduced to final approach speed QNH niner. Clear to land runway 27.
Reducing to final approach speed. QNH niner. Clear to land runway 27. Lufthansa 3218.
Airspeed at red only 190.
Yeah, also my engines are... My speed is like all over the place right now. So I guess it's going down now. Yeah. It's reducing the speed right now. We're still way too fast there. 193, we're supposed to be flying 118 knots.
EF checkbox checked. Airspeed at red only 170. Top ideal flight on command to find RW listed 1 at EGNX 5.6 NM0 150 AGTN. R1 at EGNX 4.9 NM0 139 AGTNX 4.9 NM. R1 at EGNX 3.9 NM0.
So let's see how this goes. We're now descending towards the runway. $170 knots airspeed, that's fine. Let's arm the spoilers. Put NVDA in sleep mode so that keeps the number pad for pitch adjustments.
$1,000.
1,000. Now, constantly using
Closest
the phone
city,
now to
Castle Donington, England.
check our vertical
5.5
speed.
kilometers. Bearing 283.
$500.
Autopilot will come off any second now.
100 above. Minimum 200.
There it goes.
100. 50. 30. 20 retard. 10.
Alright, reverse thrust. Parking brake as well.
8 knots. Lufthansa Lufthansa 3218, exit to the left, contact ground 121.902.
Off.
121.902, Lufthansa 3218. Manual brake.
Yep, and we're there. Parking brake set. Flaps up. And also,
sleep mode off, airspeed headed red only, 000.
Sleep mode can go off.
Lockheed Martin registered.
Same for the engines. And now, yeah, I'm not going to file this with smart cars because of the horrible takeoff and also the various speed issues on approach. But let me just check the landing rate because I'm curious.
Pro-ATCX/X01, smart cars 01, column smart cars. Track to rock, edit multi, event description 5:03:47 p.m. Event engine 2 off 60, 5:03:47 p.m. Event engine 5:03:34 p.m. Event flaps set to 5:03:20 p.m. Event arrived. Flight duration 5:03:20 p.m. Event taxi to 5:03:20 p.m. Event to flight may now be at 5:03:14 p.m. Event taxiing to gate 57 to 5:03:14 p.m. Event landed at 2476 FT, fuel 6027 LP 5:02:57 p.m. Event aircraft bounced. Touchback down at -338 FPM 55:60.
Did bounce, unfortunately.
5:02:57 p.m. Event touchdown at -338 FPM. Gear lever down, pitch 2, roll level 100.
But the landing rate was pretty good. I mean, -338. That's pretty decent actually.
Pause it, top, cancel button, copy log, finish button.
So
Copy, cancel button.
Cancel this because I actually want to do this again.
Notification display, no button. Yes button, red notification, smart cars, cancel button, track the progress of flight, pilot center button. Lockheed Martin registered, Lockheed Martin.
Also turn the avionics off.
Smart cars 01, column 2.
Gonna check the assessment in Ideal Flight.
Pro-ATCX/X01C, user Robin downloads flight for Ideal Flight Professional 02, column 1. Ideal Flight Professional, aim, footer, contact exit flight. Ideal Flight, exit flight, flight completed, exit flight to assessment, continue. Okay, button, Ideal Flight Professional. Flight, aim, header, flight assessment, EDDF, free flight, Airbus A320, Lufthansa, flight time, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 31
Closest
seconds,
city,
flight completed, 1%,
Castle Donington, England.
1.6 kilometers.
Pilot Robin Kip,
Bearing
Airbus A320,
330.
realism 100.00%, aircraft identifier, flight 123, airline Lufthansa, flight time, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 31 seconds, landed at airport, EGNX, East Midlands, Nottingham, United Kingdom, landed, runway 27, left of center 40 FT, touchdown 2605 FT, aircraft situation, private parking service, urban, dangerous flight, good landing, acceptable aircraft management, land start times, Sunday, October 13th,
Yeah, it was definitely a dangerous
pushback
flight.
time, 3:30 p.m., pushback time, 3:25:56 p.m., penalty, minor, takeoff time, 3:34:20 p.m., takeoff speed, 97.85 knots, takeoff distance, 1608 feet, takeoff weight, 120,313 lb, 54,573 kg, takeoff bounces, 7, penalty, danger, takeoff pitch up, 17.10 degrees, penalty, minor, takeoff bank right, 4.20 degrees, takeoff yaw left, 0.62 degrees, maximum flight G-force, 40.76 G, penalty, danger, maximum pitch angle, 30.85 degrees, penalty, excess, maximum bank angle, 23.25 degrees, maximum yaw angle, 6.13 degrees, maximum pitch rate, 33.11 deck/S, penalty, danger, maximum bank rate, 8.49 deck/S, penalty, minor, maximum yaw rate, 60.30 deck/S, maximum altitude reached, 27,965 ft, maximum airspeed recorded, 440.97 ktas, operation error, minor stall, final slope deviation, 98%, final heading deviation, 0%, touchdown time, 3:46:51 p.m., touchdown vertical speed, -322.59 ftm, touchdown maximum G-force, 0.40 G, penalty, minor, touchdown speed, 127.34 knots, touchdown weight, 112,215 lb, 50,900 kg, touchdown pitch up, 1.38 degrees, touchdown bank right, 0.23 degrees, touchdown yaw right, 0.29 degrees, touchdown bounces, 0, touchdown stopping distance, 31.46 feet, gear touchdown sequence, nose gear, touchdown, left gear, touchdown, ground proximity, 1 ft, right gear, touchdown, ground proximity, 1 ft, 1 inch, surfaces encountered, concrete, urban, asphalt, error messages, aircraft stall condition detected, 104.56 ts, local time, 3:34:21 p.m., flight time, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 31.
Yeah, so it looks like we had a minor stall according to Ideal Flight's assessment. That would have happened right during takeoff, when we also got the stall sound. It's interesting that Ideal Flight is saying that this was a minor stall. I've never seen that before. So I'm guessing that we probably had the takeoff almost right, but not quite. And this is probably due to an incorrect vertical speed. I will keep trying this and hopefully be able to provide another video soon once I've figured it out. But yeah, this is it for now. Thanks to all for watching and interacting, for using the chat and sending me messages and sharing your advice. Really appreciate it. It makes it just so much more fun. So thank you all for doing that, and see you next time.
Lockheed Martin Smart Cargo Pro-ATCX/XE, user Robin down Mozilla Firefox Road Ops 24, Ops 60 studio mode, start recording, checkbox not checked, stop streaming.